Welcome to WTSS Season 7. We're in the 13th round at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, one of the most historic ovals, one of the most historic racetracks in the entire world. This track was opened in 1909. It has seen 3 different track surfaces across its entire existence. It started out as sort of a cobblestone / dirt track in the early 1900s, late 1900s. Switched to an unbelievably brick surface for the next 40 years until they finally slowly started to put asphalt across the entire 2.5-mile racetrack other than a strip of bricks at the start finish. And that is why it's known as the Brickyard. Indianapolis has seen many racing series come across its hollowed grounds here around this 2.5-mile rectangle in Speedway, Indiana, but the WTSS have always put on a good show whenever they've come to this famed racetrack. Alex Bignacco is first out on the racetrack. Last race in North Wilkesboro, we saw a close finish between a rookie in Jeff McLennan and Kyle Bichelia, scoring a 3rd career victory. So these early times you're going to see here, these are going to be times just from them crossing start-finish on the way out of their pits. It's not going to be representative of what we're going to truly see. We're going to start seeing laps in the 50-second range around this track. So don't take too much stock in Constantine and Bignacco's 1:03 and 1:04s.
Yeah. It's quite insane. These cars almost go 200 down the backstretch, barely reaching that 200 mark.
Well, this season, the WTSS switched engine packages, and so this is the highest horsepower they've ever had. And as a result, a lot of the tracks like Michigan and Indianapolis, we're going to see top speeds towards the 200 range. And we see right there a 47.44 for Alex Bignacco as he hit 202 miles an hour into turn 1, which is reaching speeds that WTSS has never seen before.
But it's also quite fitting for the Brickyard, too. Quite fitting for this track as well.
As we see Chris Louviere jump to the top of the board. Louviere was touted as Maverick Motorsports' oval ringer this season on the speedways, and he's shown some good pace on those races. Texas was one that got away from him after getting put in the wall by Mitchell Mark while running up in the top 5. But here we are. He's running in second because Logan Hill in the 11, your pole sitter at Nazareth, has just put it up to the top in the 11 car. And immediately, Jeffrey Finguy in the 92 becomes our first sub-47-second lap in that Finguy Saitomi car with the Nintendo colors on the car. That is their tertiary sponsor this season, and we do not get to see that car very often.
It is a beaut, though.
Oh, absolutely. That bright red Nintendo shade as DJ Curtis and then Alex Constantine by 0.2 of a second, and then Logan Hill immediately back. So just like Michigan, we're going to see laps decided by who can find the best timed slipstream down the straightaways as Daniel Voiles goes to the top by 3 whole tenths in the 13 car. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to the timing of the slipstream runs.
There is still so much time left to be gained. And all it really matters is when you can get it.
And teams that have a better engine package than an aero package will definitely also have an advantage.
Especially at tracks like these, especially qualifying at tracks like Indianapolis, Michigan, even some of the super speedway races we're going to hit later this season. It's just all about timing when it comes trying to get the fastest laps and whatnot.
Well, this is probably going to be the closest representation as we see Jake Stavinaugh go with a 46.39. This is going to be probably the closest representation we're going to get of who's going to be quickest in the upcoming race at Talladega later in the season, which is our only super speedway round of the entire year. And that one will be solely based off of running in a pack in qualifying. And the cars that have the better top-line speed in their baseline setups, as Stavinaugh and Jeff McLennan make contact into turn 3 there, everybody's jockeying for the right track position to get that run that they need. We're going to start seeing some of the guys that are fast around here around a track like this they're probably going to match up at Talladega in terms of their top speed level. We're just past halfway here in qualifying, a 10-minute session, as William Duncan in the 66 puts it up to the top with a 46.38. Duncan, your winner back at Willow Springs in the 66. He has not found much fortune this season. That whole team as a whole really have not found much fortune, with 12 mechanical failures in the first 12 races of the season, as Patrick Smith in the 77 and Chris Dodd in the 8 jump up to first and second. Smith with a 46.09, which is another 0.3 quicker than anybody else had been able to pull.
2:05, my goodness.
That 77 looks fast in a straight line. There's the 63, who is hoping for something on a track like this, especially with the way they've got their car set up. As many drivers are coming into the pits, even though slipstream is very important, tires still matter, especially around here, with every turn being a 90-degree corner at Indianapolis. As I see, Scott Roush hasn't even cracked the 46-second bracket yet. There are a couple teams out there that have absolutely missed the setup or just don't have the baseline package for a track like this. Crescent Enterprises in 35th and 40th with Huji Yon and Ray Takeda.
Bobby Frazier is up to the top with a sub 47.
That is, Bobby Frazier is the top of the back part of the chart here.
Oh.
We're looking at people who have yet to find a lap under the 47 range. We've got a 46.0 from Patrick Smith, but at the back, the one that's shocking me the most is the man who's won both big speedway races of the season so far this year, Mitchell Mark, with a 47.01, the best he can muster, but it looks like he's in no man's land by himself out on the track.
45th now, yeah. Just all by yourself right there. No draft, no help.
And
just like a sitting rock. Sorry, go ahead.
And that's going to not be fun on Indy, where historically passing has been at a premium.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure how much the different straight line speed packages some of these teams have is going to be affecting, as we've got contact in turn 4. Chris Louviere has damage and is coming to the pits. What has happened here? Brandon Crasta in the 63 overdrives turn 3, but it looks like Louviere was cutting down the racetrack like he was already planning to pit. And it looks like a miscommunication here in qualifying that has resulted in damage of 2 cars and will ultimately probably end the qualifying sessions of both Louviere and Crasta. I'm not sure if there's anything else that can be done, even if you can come into the pits, change tires right now. The lap times are so long around here, you maybe will get one more lap to try something. Smith is so fast, he just did a 46.14, which would still be good by 0.2 for pole right now. I don't know, I think they might have just absolutely nailed it on that 77 in terms of the way that it runs in the draft. It's a problem for Mitchell Carter right in front of them. It's a tire failure for the 69 car.
Man, someone's getting fired.
Good thing he was able to get down.
It's a fine line. It's a fine line to thread here, though, when you're limping around at Indianapolis because of this access road. Cars are going to be coming out of the pits on that access road.
Like Bobby Frazier here.
Frazier is going to scoot past. And Carter is done for qualifying, but that was already to be expected with there only being a minute left in the session. Daniel Voiles, I just saw, jumped up into the 4th position with a 46.39, so people are still finding times out there, even on old tires. Speaking of which, Ray Takeda has broken away from being last placed in the session and has gone 10th quickest. Is there anyone still out there yet who hasn't cracked the 46s? Yeah, and Mitchell Mark is one of them still. Nugroho, Wangzawat, Benyako, and Mark, as McLennan and Kyle Bichelia get extremely close. These are the two that battled for the win last week at North Wilkesboro. Bichelia currently tracking 17th. McLennan only 33rd at the moment. As we are about to enter the standby phase of this qualifying, and an engine failure for the 17 of Tristan Wilhoit, and that is the 13th mechanical failure of the season for the Maverick team.
What in the world?
We've been talking so much about how there were no engine failures last week at North Wilkesboro. That has not continued.
Yeah, has not come to fruition, this one.
We have now entered standby to end qualifying. If anybody who has started a lap will get a chance to finish it. Patrick Smith turned another lap that would have been good for pole by 2/10. That
man,
77 car is
206.
just unbelievable.
That car is flying,
That
like
car's
absolutely
an
flying.
unbelievable package on it, at least for qualifying. They might change it for the race to make it handle better in the race, but at least right now in qualifying, as Daniel Voiles goes even quicker to the 3rd position on his last lap of qualifying. And to the end of the session. Can anybody find a last-second time? Mitchell Mark goes up to 26th. The session is complete, and Patrick Smith is going to score the pole here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway ahead of Chris Dodd, Daniel Voiles, William Duncan, and Jake Stavanaugh.
It's absolutely unbelievable. It's 3,000.
Allison Figueroa, Cale Tescar Jr., Sean Angel, Aiden Shepard, and Ray Taka to the top 10. Alex Constantine, Daniel Voiles, Daniel Giroux, Sebastian Van Dalen, Tristan Wilhoit, even with that engine failure, and Roberto Crown Jr., the top 15. The rest of your order is as follows, with Alex Bignacco and Arnie Nugroho never finding a time underneath a 47. Mitchell Mark at the last second at least found something. A 46.6 jumped him up to 26th place. But it showed how much the draft and the slipstream were important. Patrick Smith, though, ran a lap that everybody else in the field probably said that's physically impossible. He's going to lead the field from pole here at Indianapolis, and we'll find out after 60 laps who comes out on top. Let's get to the race.